Administration was made aware of a social media exchange between students that resulted in police involvement. He went on to say that the school administration and director of school safety have worked closely with local authorities to assess, monitor, and address the situation, and to report there are no credible threats to the students, staff, and or schools on the Griswold Public School campus. No other information is available at this time. Mr. McKenna did not name anybody that was involved in the situation and went on to reiterate that there are no safety concerns. Also, they didn't want to name anybody because it could potentially violate student and family confidentiality. As a public service, we want to let you know that there is free drive-through COVID-19 testing that's at Dodd Stadium, 14 Stott Avenue in Norwich. They will be doing it Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 3 to 7 p.m. And UCFS here in Griswold, 226 East Main Street, will be doing testing on Saturday, 7 to 11 a.m. There is no appointment needed, although patients will be asked for insurance confirmation. There is no cost or out-of-pocket expense for a COVID test at any of these state-sponsored locations. This is your local weather forecast on SNSN. Sunny skies today to start October off with a high near 67 degrees and a little bit of a northwest wind, 3 to 8 miles per hour. For tonight, clear skies, temperatures right around 44 degrees and a little bit of a wind out of the west, 6 miles per hour. And for Saturday, nice weather continues, sunny skies, a little bit of a wind, 5 to 9 miles per hour out of the west, and temperatures as high as 71 degrees. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Jim, you were flagging me.
Something else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, good morning, everybody. It's Friday. We usually do ask Chris anything. He's over there sitting down over there.
Hello.
Over in retiree row.
Go ahead, ask me anything. Yeah,
He's like the rest of us retirees. He's not really retired.
that's right.
That's true. Here we go. There you go. We must talk into a microphone when
must.
Working on radio. So, Jim, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. And yourselves?
Oh, I'm pretty good, actually. I got a really good night of sleep last night.
Yeah.
I really did.
Well,
We can tell.
I should check and see what mine is.
Pretty mellow. You were up at 4 a.m. You already told me.
Well, I thought I was reading some stuff at 4 a.m.
But you, Paul, you've been a little party animal lately.
3 days a week, man. 3 days this week. I've been at the Mohegan Sun.
What are you doing over there? You know what it was? It was sports gambling, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah, come on now. They started the sports line betting at Mohegan Sun and Foxwoods.
Last night.
Yeah. Did you place a bet? Sure you did.
No.
He bet on the Durham Bulls.
Little Hitler was the first one to pull a slip.
Yeah, he was. He must have won, too, because he bet on the Sun.
So a bit. So I guess Channel 3 did a survey, just a flat out open survey, if they agreed with the fact that you can now sports gamble, or they have a sports book now at the casinos.
Yeah.
And it was overwhelming 93%. No.
Really?
But how many of those 93%? I think those are the type of surveys that you have to kind of like aim to people that are casino goers.
Right.
And I think you'd get a whole different, even if people just go to the casino, don't even ask, have you been to a casino lately?
Yeah.
You could be going for shopping. You could be going to see a show.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily mean you're going there to drop $500 on the craps table.
Well, that's the thing about statistics. It all depends on the target demographic.
Yeah.
If I ask 100 Democrats who should be president, they'll say Biden. If I ask 100,
I don't even think they're going to say that now.
I don't think so,
right.
Chris.
If I ask 100 Republicans, they're going to say somebody else.
Right.
Yeah. And if you ask somebody like me, none of the idiots should be.
Fire them all and start over.
But you see what I mean? Yeah. So
Yes.
so I think it's really, really skewed. And I think they got that skewed result and they put it up there because it was like, look at this.
Yeah, sensationalist advertising.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that meant squat.
Yeah.
So
apparently he, what's his name? Lamont made a bet at both places, I guess.
and lost both.
No, actually, I think he bet $50 on the Sun. I think last night. So that was a rumor anyway. That he bet at Foxwoods.
Hmm.
So, yeah. So
That's a taxpayer expense.
well,
He wrote it off.
probably came out of his expense budget.
I bet the winnings wouldn't go in the expense budget. Go
No,
in his pocket.
they went in his right pocket.
Oh, God. I don't know. I what do you think about the sports betting? What do you think?
Well, I really never really bet on sports anyway. I probably wouldn't even know how at the moment,
Right.
unless somebody told me. So
There was a bookie down the street.
yeah,
Those are the
so
one you
do I really care? No, because I'm not going to spend any money on betting on sports. I mean, it's just not me. I mean, a lot of people bet. I mean, it's a big thing in Vegas. Let's face it. Everybody bets on
Sure.
sports in Vegas. So I guess what they're trying to do is bring the same thing here. Now, how much money the state's going to make? I don't know.
Okay, so
It doesn't-
so it doesn't really affect you,
Nah, because I
Chris. What do
found
you think about the whole sports betting thing in Connecticut?
I think that it's a vice, and it's just going to increase the number of people that are losing their houses and their income to betting as a
Mhm.
whole.
Okay, Jim.
I agree with Chris that it's a vice. Again, being a libertarian of general philosophy, I think it's up to people to do make their own decisions on it.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's like I've always said about whether you want to wear a motorcycle helmet or not. If you don't want to wear one, that's up to you.
Yeah.
But don't expect the rest of society to pay for you to be an invalid for the next 40 years because you were stupid.
At the same time, though, I think we can both agree that gambling can at times become an addiction.
Well,
Absolutely.
And having another thing that you can bet on just doesn't help.
And that's why I brought up the motorcycle example, because that's the same thing. You touched on it with your final statement there
Right.
in your first little expose.
look how
the,
many cases of embezzlement we've seen over the last year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
People taking money from work or taking money from, the local government, people who are responsible, they take the money and they spend it, know. Look how many of those things we've seen over the last
Well,
couple of
isn't
years.
there $8
Mhm.
million they're trying to collect here in Connecticut because they've paid over too much? And there's some of the politicians say, well, we're not going to do that because it's going to hurt the people.
Oh, you're talking about the unemployment
Yeah.
checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we not talking about the casinos anymore? I mean,
Well, that's
the
what I
hell
was
happened?
talking about.
All right.
But what I was saying is the embezzlement that's caused people who get down to casinos and they bet and they have a problem.
See, I think it's me. It's like I don't know. I'm all for moderation. If you can control it.
Well, look at how many people have a vice that they can't control, including
True.
some of us
True.
not eating good food.
No,
Mhm.
true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I have vices. I know I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to go to I used to go to the casinos,
Yeah.
and I would spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I would find myself at the blackjack table. Well, this is probably about 30 years ago. And I ended up finding myself there sometimes twice a day.
Okay. Did it impact your family? Did you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Not really financially because I didn't really win any money, but I didn't lose any money. And I actually kept a book, a log book.
Mm-hmm.
But it affected my family to the point where is he?
Yeah.
We weren't cell phones. Can't contact me.
Yeah.
What made you stop?
It was funny because my mother said to me, I'm really worried about, I was like 21, 22. My mom said to me, she goes, I'm really worried about your gambling. And I said, Ma, don't worry. When I've had enough, I'll stop. And I did.
Yeah.
I did. I don't know. I can walk away from things,
No,
So-
I take my hat off to anybody that can walk
But-
away from a vice.
But I would go to the ATM and I'd pull out $500,
Wow.
And I remember coming home at 4:00 in the morning to my wife and saying, hey, look, and, here's $2,800, just, where did you get that? And I told her and stuff. And it's like 3, 4 in the morning. Is that where you been? Yeah. Not out doing anything else. I'm out trying to make money.
Selling that body.
Your wife wasn't
No.
very suspicious at that time, huh?
I'm not the cheating type.
Yeah.
I've never
That's what
been
they all
that way.
say.
No, well, me, I know what I do and I know what I don't.
I'm
do.
not saying,
Yeah,
you know,
I've always tried to kind of keep things straight up. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's like, all right, you don't like me, well, I'll give you a reason not to like me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there you go. But no, right? It was bad. It was bad for a long time.
Mhm.
My mother never said another word, and I did. I think maybe a couple more months. I lasted at it, and then I was done.
Huh.
And even, but I will tell you, I have the bug for it.
Yeah.
You know, we could go to a show, and you know, you hear the bells and the whistles and everything of the slot machines, and I'll look, you know, and I even start to walk, you know, and then like Melissa will grab my hand, pull me that way, and it's like, honestly, it's like breaking the concentration of a puppy, you know. So that's really kind of what it was like.
Yeah.
I guess you're implying by that you don't have much concentration.
No, I got no.
I don't know. I mean,
I got the
is that
attention
a
span
way-
of a gnat.
Okay.
Oh boy. So there's a lot of other things to happen. Don't forget, we got new laws now effective besides the sport business.
Yeah, you see the pedestrian one? As long as you point or wave your
Oh, yeah.
hand, you can
Uh-huh.
cross anywhere on the street.
Do you think that if you point when you're walking across the street here and you point to somebody, you think they're going to stop?
It's going to be a whole
They're
lot
gonna
of
run your
incidents.
butt right over.
Yeah.
Yeah, because how do you know you're not pointing to the building across the street?
Yeah, they're going to
Yeah.
run your butt right over.
And when the cops get there, how do they know you pointed?
Especially if you did.
Well, when you died, your finger was up in the air.
So we have a question for Ask Chris Anything.
I'll
It
buy.
comes from the Plainfield First Selectman Kevin Cunningham.
Kevin!
Morning, Kevin.
Is it possible to get Chris a shorter chair? Yes. The answer is yes.
I didn't even have to say anything.
So,
That's called a sight gag.
Oh, boy.
It's as high as it goes, Kevin. Live with it.
I think the question should be, can they get the desk any higher?
What are you talking about? I'm standing up.
Yeah, if you're going to have it at a height, have it at a height that's convenient. If you bring it up another foot, at least you can rest your elbows on it.
Well, you notice the height just kind of slopes down all the way over.
Interesting. All right, Kevin, good question.
That is a good question.
So it's Friday. We do run Ask Chris Anything. If anybody has any questions, Chris right here on Retiree Row will go ahead and answer the question.
I may not know the answer, but I will BS it to the best of my ability.
There you go.
Yeah, I want to know how the fishing is.
How's the fishing?
Yeah, how's the fishing going? How's
Okay, here comes the dad joke. Go ahead, Paul. What do you mean? How's the fishing going?
I just wanted to know how the fishing was going. I know, Joe. I want to know if I should go fishing.
I thought he was setting me up for a dad joke.
No.
I told 2 dad jokes yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
In a row?
In a row.
That's bad.
Yeah. They were funny ones.
Did anybody laugh?
Through my computer, I noticed everybody did, yes.
Okay.
Okay. He got the hand wave, you know.
So why does Joe Biden like muffins?
That's his dog's name.
Is it?
I don't know. It's
I
not
don't know.
muffin. Sounds like
And
a
go.
right unfamiliar dog name.
Because if you spell it backwards, it's sniffums.
Wow.
Yeah.
You talk about your president like that?
Really? Really? You want to talk about a press conference in Georgia? You
Whatever
know?
we say, he's not going to remember it in 10 seconds from now.
Yeah, he wouldn't remember that.
There's a meme that's got Biden and Obama in it, and it's Biden is sitting there going, "Hey, everybody wants to have sex with me," and Obama goes, "That's not what F you Biden means."
Yeah.
But that's that was at a press conference. They were saying
Really?
the words.
Well,
F you
it's-
Biden.
Well,
Yeah.
go ahead, Paul.
I mean, it's happening a lot.
Yeah.
I
I
can
mean,
tell you right now.
I seen a truck cruising up and down Main Street with 2 big flags on it.
Oh,
F you,
yeah.
Biden.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the thing is that he's getting so much negative press.
Yeah.
And even the Democratic Party is kind of just letting him flounder.
Hence the budget.
What was it?
Yeah.
The thing holding it up wasn't
Or the-
Republicans, it was Democrats.
Or the exit from Afghanistan.
Oh, they're
Oh,
beating
that's
him
another
up on
thing,
that.
yeah.
they're beating
Like,
him.
where is he? He's not even commenting.
Yeah, because he's the one. He didn't listen to his military. The the colonels that were generals that were telling him what to do. He
Come
didn't-
on, man.
He didn't listen to him. He just did it on his own. Yeah.
Yeah, and now we got the biggest gun running operation in the East.
Yeah.
Middle East.
Middle
Yeah.
East. Yeah. What was it? There was 46,000 machine guns that were left.
Oh,
Oh,
the
the
numbers are
40,000
staggering.
guns. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
no, there's probably over 1 million. guns.
75. All right, put it this way. They left enough vehicles in Afghanistan for everybody from Thompson to New London to have a car or two.
I don't believe that.
You get a new Humvee and you get a new Humvee.
Between vehicles, it was 70,000.
Plus planes. There's some
Planes.
planes there too.
Helicopters and tanks and give it all to them. What the hell? We'll just charge the
that's-
American public more.
Maybe that's part of his plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, to create a
We don't know.
war.
We don't know.
So anyway, why are there only 2 doors on a chicken coop?
One for the chickens to get in, and the other for the foxes to get them.
Okay, that's hilarious, but no. Why is there only 2 doors on a chicken coop?
I don't know, Mike. Why?
Because
are
if
there
it
only-
had 4 doors, it'd be a chicken sedan.
Ouch.
Ouch is right.
I gotta go get a chair to sit.
We
on.
apologize.
that is pretty bad.
We apologize to our listening public.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Sorry, Kevin.
You know what? I didn't appreciate that joke at all.
Nah, it's pretty bad.
2-door coupe.
I
4-door
understand.
Well, I
sedan.
think
We
we got it.
understand. We know what a sedan.
We didn't miss
is.
the point. I mean,
Yeah, we know what a
We
sedan.
tried to ignore. the
sometimes
point.
we are a little dense.
What if the roof?
Yeah.
What if the roof flew off?
Would be convertible.
That's right.
Yeah.
Was it a small chicken coop or a big chicken coop?
I'm not sure.
So
Depends on the type of chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it was a mini car or a mini coupe.
Could be.
Oh, there you
Mini
go.
Cooper.
Mini Coop.
Yeah. So was it electrified?
Oh, stop. You're going too far. You're going too far.
Can we please move on?
No. To what?
I don't know.
No.
What's
Ask
that?
Chris anything.
I asked him a question. He wouldn't answer my question.
No, but getting back to the whole the whole gambling thing, yeah, I think my belief now is, of course, anything in moderation, even alcohol. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
moderation, food
Anything.
in moderation, says
Yeah.
the fat guy.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that all through my life. Everything's fine in moderation.
No, you're right.
So
Well,
I don't know.
up to a point.
As long as you can handle it. If you can't handle it, then you shouldn't do it.
In this day and world, I think what's happening is a lot of people think by taking their money and going down with a casino, they're going to make some money,
Right.
because they need money. Instead of taking that 20, 40, 50 bucks and spending it on some food or something, they'll go down, well, maybe I can make this into 100. Well, it doesn't always happen that way.
Well, there's an old term that don't chase it. So like let's say you sit down at a blackjack table with $100, right?
Right.
Okay, and then let's say you're betting stupid, and next thing you know, you lost $100. So what do? You go back
You
to
double
the ATM.
down.
Well, right, you go back to the ATM, and you not only take 100 out, you probably take 200 to 300 out.
So you want to get it back.
Exactly, because you're going to try to chase that money
Right.
that you just lost.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So then you go to a different blackjack table. Why? Because the thought is the one you were just sitting at sucked.
Is cursed.
It's cursed. It's going to take my money. I'm going to try something else. Oh, look, I know that dealer. I'm going to win big.
Mhm.
And that's what happens.
Yeah.
So
As long as you have your lucky rabbit's foot with you.
Yeah. Well, even playing slots for crying out loud, you're playing pennies and you're just playing 50 or 60 cents a shot.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. So you're playing and all of a sudden you win. Well, you spent 60 cents to get 20 cents back.
A lot of people don't understand that in
And then
gambling.
eventually what happens is that $20 you put in it goes right down.
but the bottom line is that casinos do not open casinos to lose
Of course not.
money.
Right.
They make money.
How do they pay for these massive buildings that they're building?
Oh, of course.
The best odds at a casino are just over 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best
Yeah.
odds.
Yeah.
It's a coin flip.
Yeah.
And that's whether or not your burger's going to be burnt or not.
Right.
And that's in
Yeah.
blackjack, I believe.
And
No, it's not.
it's the table game.
It's a table.
Craps.
No, it's not even that.
No, craps is over 50%.
Well, depending on how you play.
It's like 50.25% chance of winning.
No, the one
Right. It does depend on how you play, but
if you're betting just the line,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not even that because you have to look at the combination of the dice.
Right.
Okay. So, like for example, let's say you're just putting money on the pass line.
Right.
So what you're hoping is that the
Somebody will
dealer
roll a 7 or 11.
no, that you don't roll a 7 or 11. If you go on the do not pass line, you're hoping they will roll a 7 or 11.
Well, has the point already been set?
No.
Okay.
No,
So
it's on the come out roll.
it should be a 7 or 11. That's what you're hoping for.
Oh, okay. All right. Then the point is set. All right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're on the do not pass, then you want a 7 or 11.
Right.
Okay.
And nobody likes you when you bet on the do not pass.
Do you know why it's 7?
Because it's got the highest combination of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's more ways to make 7 on the dice than any other number.
Never thought about that.
Yep.
Yeah, me either. I don't think.
I mean, I know is when we got out of college, we'd sit down with, after we got through working for the day, and we usually play cribbage for a penny a point.
Mhm.
And I'd end up losing a couple of bucks in the week, and I'd say, okay, time for a little blackjack. And then about 10 minutes later, I had my money
Yeah.
back.
I thought you guys played old maid or something like that.
Yeah. I played
Haven't got there yet, Paul. That's for you.
But no, the highest, look it up. The highest odds is Pai Gow.
Oh, yeah.
Pai
Yeah,
Gow
but first you
poker.
have to understand Pai Gow.
I know. I have, you know how I learned craps by watching him play.
Right.
Pai Gow, I watched him. I can't understand that game. Monkey, monkey. They're going monkey, right? And you think they're saying monkey, like the animal.
Yeah.
Actually, what they're saying is monkey,
Oh,
which means 0.
Yeah. They're always screaming in the other around those tables, though.
Monkey.
Yeah.
You hear them all the time.
Yeah.
The funniest one is Keno. People go up, they give some guy money, and he looks at your card and goes, "Nope, sorry."
I don't think they have they don't have Keno at the casinos anymore.
I don't know. Because you can get it any place now.
Exactly. Well,
Restaurants,
it's state
everything.
run.
Yeah,
State run.
You never win any money on that.
I went to Dairy Queen and I played Keno the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with my Blizzard.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. No.
Did you know that the sports books now, Connecticut they can open 15 up to 15 different places now where you can sports bet.
Really?
Yeah, most of them are going to be within off-track betting locations.
Yeah.
Because why not? You got a captive customer, you got a captive
Sure.
audience already.
Sure.
So, but they can open up to 15 in the state that you can place bets other than the casino.
Wow. Yeah. Well,
There's no behind the scenes bribery going on there.
Ooh,
No, not at
No,
all.
no,
No.
but it's just another. I mean, look at it. We got gambling and we got pot.
Mhm.
yeah, we're really going big time now.
And that's going to be the two biggest money makers for the state of Connecticut.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
So speaking of these are things that 40 years ago, would you have thought, Jim, that this is anything that would even be
No.
fathomable?
No.
I used to play hide and seek where Foxwoods sits right now. I
Oh,
used to
really?
play hide and seek in the woods there.
Yeah.
Now,
I used to go on a reservation with a friend of mine. We used to ride our bikes on a reservation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I came back from my stint in the military and was driving around. I went past Foxwoods. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's that tree
Yeah.
I ran into one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, 40 years ago, I don't think anybody would have thought that,
no.
we'd have legal gambling. You can go buy, I'll have the milk, the bread, and let me get a Keno ticket.
Which reminds me, I got to get my Powerball ticket.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
And surprisingly enough, they are very, very busy. And surprisingly enough, a lot of gray heads get down there. The place,
Mhm.
you get down there during the day. I mean, it's hard to find a pocket spot because
Is that
a
because
lot-
they're bored?
yeah, they got nothing else to do. And you see an old lady sitting there in her wheelchair and go ka-chink, ka-chink.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, it gives them satisfaction to doing something. They like doing it. So I mean, they're not spending probably big bucks, no.
They're just there for the points.
Yeah, well, yeah, but they keeps them occupied.
Joanne says Foxwoods does have Keno.
Oh,
She
they
says
do?
it's one of her favorite games.
I'll be
I
right
thought
there.
they were done.
Yeah, I didn't
I
think
really
people
did.
really won that much on Keno.
They don't.
I mean, it's just random numbers.
Bingo was another one.
Bingo, yeah, they've always been bingo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mohegan Sun got rid of bingo.
Yeah, they don't have bingo. Oh,
For a time being, they got rid of poker too.
Yeah.
Because poker is not a moneymaker.
Yeah, I was going to say you can't make as much money
Yeah.
that way.
No.
yeah.
Poker takes a
I
little
mean,
longer.
I think the Mohegan Suns probably took their business. I mean, look how diversified.
It can
They're everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, they're even in
Pennsylvania.
they're in Las Vegas now on the Strip.
Mhm.
So I mean, let's
The
face it.
Mohegans are?
Yeah, they're all over the Japan. I mean, in Tokyo. They've got one in South Korea. I mean, they're everywhere. Where the Foxwoods is more confined.
Mhm.
They're pretty much local. I don't think they go outside of the state. You know,
I don't think there's another Foxwoods Resort casino.
I don't think so
anywhere.
Anywhere, no.
But I knew they had a Sun Casino in
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they do. I think that was the second one they had, but not right now. They're all over the place.
Well, isn't that the wonder of it all?
Wow. The wonder of it all.
Yeah. So anyway, so we talked about the casinos. What did Chris have to tell us about that?
Yeah, Chris, what do you got about the casino? I want to know, Chris.
Yeah.
In ask Chris anything.
What's the question?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
How will sports betting? Do you think in Connecticut will it be a success and a moneymaker as far as the tax base in Connecticut?
Will it be a success as far as gambling goes? I would say yes. Will it be a good thing for the public people of the state of Connecticut? I would say no.
I'd agree with that.
I agree with that. I think it's dangerous.
Exactly.
But if you can control it to, all right, fine, I'm going to go ahead and bet here and there, maybe once every great while or whatever.
You got to remember that sometimes, even if it's successful, it doesn't mean it's good for you.
Yeah. Now, for example, and this happens on social media too. And let me explain. So let's say, Paul, you go down there and you're going to bet on the Sun.
Yeah.
Okay. And you win.
Yeah.
So whatever the odds are, you bet. Let's say it's 5-1. So you bet 50, you get what? 250 plus your bet back, right? So it's 300, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What are you thinking? Oh, this is easy. I know this team. I watch them all the time. I'm going to keep winning. Guess what? Now you're going to go down and bet $100.
Yep.
Let's say now it's 2-1. You win again.
Yeah.
And you get that money. Whoa. This is really easy. God, it's like taking candy from a baby. You keep doing it.
Keep doing it.
And then all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah.
And then boom. And then you lose again. And then you're chasing it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like social media, okay? There are a lot of different social media sites now have the short video segment of their social media. Everyone just about except for Facebook. But you can do it on, on Instagram, it's called Reels, TikTok.
Yeah.
That's all they are. YouTube has YouTube Shorts. What happens? You put a video up to try it. Guess what? You're going to get a crap ton of views.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to send that video out everywhere.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I got 1,000 views already. Wow. And then you keep going. And they, and then it, kind of variates a little bit.
Yeah.
So now when you're hooked on it, which they want you to do, so you'll see their advertising and all that, your views drop through the floor. Kind of the same thing. It's like they get you hooked.
Well, the other thing to remember is winning makes the body secrete endorphins, which you get this little high from. So you're not only chasing the money, you're also chasing that feeling of winning.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
That happens in other things too, I think, also in drug addiction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's endorphins.
It's in everything.
It's totally different than
Sex.
that or endorphins. Just makes you want to go swimming.
Endorphins?
There's another one of his poor jokes.
Wait.
Endorphins.
That was a joke?
Yeah, we've had a few of those.
That was a joke?
Not to mention
We have
any-
had a few bad jokes.
Not to mention any names.
No,
Paul.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, your
Jim didn't have to
comebacks were
mention
like,
any names. We'll name Paul.
Like the Mini Coupe.
that was a good joke. I don't care what you say. That was a good joke.
It was fast thinking on his part. I'll give you that.
It was a good joke. No,
And then it wasn't.
then it wasn't. All right, so we've talked casino gambling.
Yep.
One of the things that I put up on line today is, what kind of content do you folks want? What do you want us to cover? What kind of guests do you want us to bring in? The hard part is like going to a casino and you're playing roulette, because you'll bring in guests or subjects that you think that will be riveting, or people will go ahead and engage in.
Yeah.
Like I hear all the time in the public, man, I wish we heard more from the schools.
Yeah.
I wish the schools would get more stuff out there. So you bring in Mr. McKenna, and other people from the school. What happens? Nobody there.
Listening public drops off.
Yeah, they just, it's like, oh, we want to hear, what's going on at town hall. I hear there's a screw job happening. You bring in the first selectman.
And then the town hall holds a vote and 13 people show up,
Yeah. And even less for a meeting.
which is good because you can get a majority in 13 people.
Yeah.
So the question is do you want content, or does anybody really care?
I think it's the latter.
Does anybody really care? Because I hear a lot of bitching and moaning, but I don't hear a lot of results, or I don't hear a lot of suggestions.
Yeah.
We're not here to fix anything, but we are here to let's talk about things,
Right.
and get things out there. We can talk about COVID 24/7 if you want to.
No,
We can.
no, please.
No, right. But what do people actually want to talk about?
Stuff.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
No, then you get the business community saying, well, that's a little racy. I don't know if I want to spend money on your station because you're talking about that. It's very difficult.
And we stay away from any federal government stuff that's going on because we don't want to be criticized for making an opinion.
Yeah.
We don't
Which
want to
is-
insult the Democrats.
Well,
We can sit here. Jim, you and I could have a talk show where all we do is complain about the establishment.
Mm-hmm.
Just throw things back and forth,
yeah.
whether it's the state of police, the state of government, or anything,
Yeah.
world and national.
Yeah.
And you know what? People will probably join in.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wonder, because there's a guy who started out just on the internet, Dan Bongino.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
doing big.
He gets more views,
Yeah.
than people watching NBC, CBS, PBS, and Fox.
Why does anybody want to watch any of them?
I don't know.
Because they believe that the channel that they choose is the one that's reporting the truth.
I think, not only that, but
Yeah.
I think Dan Bongino is one of those guys that he looks like a badass. So people are like, well, he doesn't give a crap. He's just going to come at you.
He was.
You
He
know.
was a CIA, wasn't he? CIA
Right,
or
right,
FBI
right.
or something like that.
Yeah, he had a pretty high.
He had pretty. Yeah, he was. Plus, he was on Fox for a while too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, and then there are people trying to be him.
Yeah.
And that doesn't work. You still got to be yourself.
Yeah.
So what happens?
Yeah.
You want to know what people want to talk about.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
We can go ahead, honestly, and we can totally disown Eastern Connecticut and just talk about national stuff and how our lives are being affected. And that way, what happens then?
Well, you're right.
We've had people reach out to us from all parts of the world that have picked up our streams, whether it's been our Psychic Thursday or whatever it is.
But we try to stay away from that because, as soon as you start making your opinion out there, then, people are all over your butt. You can't say anything
Mhm.
anymore.
well, unfortunately, in today's culture, all people want to do now is either complain or cancel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You don't have people out there that want to carry a debate, talk about, statistics and facts, and Because they've already formed their decisions. All they want to do is complain about something or cancel something.
Yeah, you know the next canceling, right? It's gonna be a snack. I think was it you? Talk about the snack cake they're gonna cancel.
May have been. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, ding dongs.
Oh,
yeah.
Canceled.
That's a doorbell.
Well,
Canceled.
Ding dong is a doorbell.
isn't it Hartford is canceling Columbus?
Yeah.
Well, that's been
I
canceled.
mean, you know,
for a
how,
long
how
time.
stupid do we want to be?
Yeah.
You know, it's part of our history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as much as we had nothing to do with the guy, but you're right. He still was part of history.
You know, Daryl Nadeau, I think, is he's a very, very, he's a smart, common sense kind of guy.
That's just
Daryl.
computer knowledge.
Yeah. He says, and think about this: debates and facts don't exist anymore.
That's true.
That's true.
Everybody wants to make up their own facts.
Mm-hmm.
Joanne says, I care. I like things like entertainment. I loved Joe the Time Traveler. I like Psychic Thursday. I like the Ghost People. I also like news people like Dan and Nancy Grace. Local things happening in the town. I'm sick of politics.
She doesn't like me. She doesn't like Ask Chris anything.
Joe the Psychic was fun.
No,
It was
Joe the
Joe,
Psychic.
the time traveler.
Joe the Time Traveler. See, I don't know.
Okay, it's twisted.
It was a lot of fun,
Yeah,
until you find out who this guy really is.
He sucked in a whole lot of people.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he absolutely did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh well. What are you gonna do?
Oh.
If he would have told me on the phone in any of our conversations, hey, Mike, I'm not really a time traveler, I'd have said, yeah, all right, well, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Because it was fun. It was good
fun.
radio.
It was
You know what I
fun. It was
mean?
good. Yeah. Yeah. It was.
Wait a minute. He had to come out and say he's not really a time traveler.
Oh, no. I dug him out.
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying is there were people that gone, oh, he's a time traveler?
Yeah.
Well,
T.
Who did he fool?
Well, after-
Somebody raise their hands.
after participating in it for about 3 weeks, the next week I came in with some really revealing questions, which was going to show whether he really was or not.
Mm-hmm.
And he failed miserably.
T says, I want to see interior decorators decorate your studio.
Is she
Well, T, come on down.
Is he or she volunteering?
You know what he wants to see?
Bryant. They call him T because it has a T on the end instead of, well, for example, you explain, Chris. It's your,
Well, do you know what he wants to see in here? Tea
What?
lights.
oh, Jesus.
Ah,
Joanne says, when you said nobody likes or Joanne doesn't like me, she goes, I like Chris and all of you.
Yeah. But his real,
Joanne, you're the best.
Yeah, but his real name isn't Chris.
She likes
it's
me the
Fred.
most.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Joe the Time Traveler. Isn't that Joe?
Yeah.
Did I tell you that? His name's not Joe. It's Bobby.
Bobby Ray.
Bobby did 4.92 years in the Ohio State Pen.
For
Telecommunications fraud. Whatever that is. But he did.
Wow.
Isn't that kind of what he was doing again?
I don't know.
Sort
No, he was really just playing a character.
Okay.
He was just playing it because you know what? Nobody was paying him for anything.
I was going to say, was he kind
it was just
any kind of income or?
no.
Yeah.
But even so,
We'll audit Mike's books and see if he was sending any checks out there.
Yeah.
yeah, no, nothing. But
Joe, if you're a time traveler, tell me what the Powerball numbers are for Christ's sake.
you know what? He got answers and questions like that. And you know what he would say? I'm a time traveler, not a psychic.
That was a good answer.
See? But he's smart.
That's not a good answer because it's already passed. So you would know what the numbers are for this date.
Right. But that would also mean he would have to memorize years and years and years of Powerball numbers if you were actually a time traveler. That's almost nearly impossible. It's not impossible. I mean, but let's say you kept a log of all of it.
I memorized all
You
the
had
ones
to
I
bring
lost.
that log while you time traveled.
Yeah.
How do you know you can?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If I was a time traveler, Oh, you bet your ass I'd be writing down lotto numbers and stuff. Just one.
I've won 16 in a row.
Man.
You done now?
I got a feeling that if you won 16 in a row, you'd be getting investigated.
Well, that's what I'll tell them. Well, I won because I'm a time traveler.
Then you take the money and you go back. Let's see if you won $120 million. Then you went back to the year 2035 or wherever you came from, and you find out it ain't worth anything.
Yeah. Due to inflation, it's now worth $13.75.
Dollars. Got to go back and win again.
Well, just look at what they've done to the U.S. dollar since the Federal Reserve was created.
Mm-hmm.
Would you time travel, Paul, if you could?
I might want to try it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Backwards or forward?
I may want to go backwards.
I think backwards much more exciting than going forward.
Yeah, I think I'd like to go back, not to stay there, but I would like to go back to the old West days.
Well, what makes you think you're going to have a choice of returning?
I don't know. I mean,
You were put in a different dimension. You don't get to return.
no.
So our resident time traveler that we had on, he said, and again, this was part of his story, that it was a one-way trip. So let's say it's a one-way trip.
Oh boy. I don't know if I'd want to stay there. I wouldn't survive.
He had a good story, man. I'll tell you, it was good.
I
It was
wouldn't-
alien technology.
I wouldn't survive during the West. I mean, I couldn't take that. I mean, just face it. You know what they portray on television of the old West is definitely not how it was. I mean, people were. I mean, you took a bath once a month. People were green.
Yeah, but everybody smelled the same, so you didn't notice it.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
smelled like horses.
So Joanne says, once again, I used to set my clock to listen to Joe, the time
Wow.
traveler. I would also like to hear from someone who died and came back to tell what was on the other side. You know, I put it out there on many different message boards, you know, of the like, you know, like life after death and NDE, near death experience boards and stuff like that. You figure there are people in there, right, that have gone through that.
I think, yeah.
It's like they don't want to talk about it.
Oh, no, probably not. No, I think there have been people that have experienced near death.
Well, I mean,
sure.
there's
Oh, yeah.
people who have supposedly died on the operating table at something
Yeah,
and
came back.
and came back. And
Yeah.
Yep.
usually what they say is they saw a bright shining light, at least
Yeah.
the ones I've read.
Yeah. That was the operating light that they saw.
Could be.
Who knows?
The one story I thought was pretty intriguing was this lady died on the table. She was on one floor, and she was apparently traveling around the building, and then I guess 5 floors up, there was a baby's shoe outside the window. Somehow it got, it was on the windowsill and got moved out, and then somebody closed, and they found out that this kid had lost the parent had lost a shoe. It was actually right there, and they didn't know where it was.
Wow.
Weird.
It is weird.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Wow.
Daryl says it sounds like people really like the topics you do on the spiritual and the unknown. I know I love the people that you bring in, even Joe, the lying time traveler. Well, hey, Daryl, just so you know, he's got a TikTok now, calls it Joe Truth.
He wasn't lying.
Talking about, telling the truth. That's weird, but his name's not even Joe.
He wasn't
there's your
lying.
truth
He was
right there.
playing a character.
Oh, when you were giving away Big Y vouchers, you had a ton of listeners. Well, of course.
Yeah, we have to pay people to listen.
Yeah. I know one station in Connecticut that refuses to do stuff like that because they feel like they're having to buy listeners.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, the whole thing about the gift cards from Big Y, that was a promotion with Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. So they were not free. They had to buy them.
Right.
And then we gave them out.
Yeah.
We did that in the middle of the pandemic,
Which was
and
a good thing too.
Yeah, Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank was awesome, and they gave us 10 of them.
Yeah.
And she said give them away any way you want to, and that's what we did. So yeah, I mean, it was fun and it was really cool. But there was $1,000 in gift cards. Would we like to do it again? Sure.
Yeah.
But then again, cost you $1,000.
Right.
Mhm.
You know, and Big Y got a lot of promotion and they didn't spend anything.
Right.
And they got customers right to their door.
Yes, they did.
So go to Big Y and ask them to do it.
I don't think they do it. I don't think Big Y does it.
No.
'Cause, I mean, that is good promotion for them.
I don't think they do it.
No,
I mean, I think during like the holidays around Thanksgiving and stuff like that, they'll like do food things out in their parking lot. At least they used to. Some of the supermarkets said whether Big Y
Yeah.
does it or not. I don't know, but I doubt if they would do it. It's too big.
and actually, it was me that picked the grocery store.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, the reason why was because we have people. Really, our listeners are really our local listeners are like kind of start like around Warregan,
Yeah.
that part of Danielson down straight down to Norwich. So
Yeah.
the only grocery store was Big Y.
Big Y.
Could have said Walmart, could have said Better Value, but Better Value didn't have any stores up there.
Yeah.
They used to, but
Yeah.
they don't anymore.
Yeah, they closed it.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Giving away stuff is always great, but it's not possible all the time, or even a lot of the times. It's very, very far and few between. Now, like places like Mohegan Sun, they don't have to give away tickets.
No, they don't.
You know what I mean? If they don't want to. But what they do is they do donate tickets sometimes to organizations for raffles and giveaways
Mhm.
for fundraising.
Yeah, they do.
So Melissa is she runs the 8th grade or the middle school cheer team, the competition cheer team. She's been doing it for years. So myself, I have a friend who is in ticketing on the tribal side.
Mhm.
And I asked her if there was any way they could donate tickets. And they just donated tickets for Project Safegrad. It was Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah. There's like 3 of them.
There's like 3 different ones.
Yeah. There's a country band or something that's playing, right?
Huh?
There's a country band too, right? One was a
It
country-
was, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first one listed.
Yeah.
So there's that. However, the cheerleaders, they have tickets that they're gonna raffle off
Mhm.
for a guy called The Weeknd. Now, this guy has been a pop star. He's been one of the top pop stars in the last 5 to 10 years, and he's got a big customer base. So, all right, I want to, Joanne. This is very true what you're saying, but I will go ahead and answer this or comment on it. It would be promotion for the stores, barbershop, some of the businesses around here. Maybe do it once or twice a week. All right. So let me just say that we would love to give stuff away all the time. Love to give stuff away. However, a lot of businesses don't want to. And a lot of businesses, sometimes they don't want to run an ad campaign. That is the only way that we get revenue. Okay? So let's say that you own a business, Paul. Let's say you sell baseball cards.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you want to give out X amount of packs of baseball cards in exchange for, announcements or whatever. Do you think the radio, and let's say that happens. Now, all of a sudden, 8 other businesses want to do the same thing. What happens to that radio station or that media company or whatever?
They don't get anything out of
They
it.
get nothing.
Mhm.
So if you do that over and over and over again
You're not-
on something that, like, okay, let's say you're going to give away 100 packs of cards. So your retail cost or whatever is $100, but your store cost is only like $35.
Right.
So, well, of course they want to do that.
I think years ago, a lot of radio stations and a lot of businesses did promote giving away a lot of free stuff. I think it's all
on their
changed.
own.
Yeah, they don't do
But
that
you know
anymore.
what? You know the Turnpike Buyer and the Shopper's Guide, right, which is the only like weekly rag that goes out,
Yeah.
you know, with ads.
Yeah.
You think they gave away the ads? No. If you wanted to sell your baseball cards and you were giving stuff away, you still had to buy an ad. They weren't going to give you an ad because you were giving something away.
Right. Yeah, because if you used to put the little coupon in the the weekly buyer.
Exactly. How about the Norwich Bulletin?
Same thing.
Do you think they're going to do it for
Of course
free?
not. Of course
No.
not. Of course not.
So that's where the difficulty lies.
Yeah.
It's a great concept if it works for everybody.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
Yeah, I think times have changed now. I don't think anybody does that anymore. I mean, when was the last time you see people giving away stuff other than the promotion they did?
Yeah, I
and that was
know.
the right time because it was
Exactly.
during the pandemic. That was a little different situation.
Every week you just ride around town and people got stuff out on the sidewalk for free.
That's right.
True. So that's why, I mean, it's a great idea, Joanne. It really is. And I wish it was something that did work for all parties concerned, you know? And here's the other thing. People go, you know what? Advertise this and advertise 10% off.
Yeah.
10% off sucks. 15% off sucks.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's not enough value for anybody to care.
Well, look what they did years ago. You used to get green stamps.
Yeah, SNH.
SNH green stamps.
Yeah.
Every time you went someplace, oh, give me my green
There was
stamps. And
another
you
one
put them in
too,
the
Gold
books.
Bond
And
or
you take them
something?
down and
Mhm.
get something. So now.
But they had to pay for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
It's the same thing you're doing now when you get a credit card and you use it, you're getting points. It's the same thing.
The grocery stores had to pay for that to bring it into the store.
Absolutely.
Why? Because it brought customers into their store.
Right.
Do you think SNH Green Stamps was just saying, come here, get your free toaster
Yeah.
because we love residents?
Right.
No.
Of course not.
I got a free toaster.
No, I know how you can fill that. I know how you can fill that room with an audience every morning.
Yeah, how's that? Strippers?
No,
What?
you'll offer free coffee and donuts.
Oh boy, here we go. Isn't it breakfast time?
All right, so we're going to go ahead and give free coffee and donuts. Can't do that. Why? Because the health department says you need a three-tier sink or whatever that thing is called. Why?
Okay.
Because you need the 3 tiers to clean out your coffee pots. One to wash, one to rinse, one to sanitize.
Yep.
So now you need a $400 portable unit, which you could probably get off of Amazon.
and $2,000 worth of plumbing to hook it up.
No, it's portable. It's portable. You can
Oh,
put a
okay.
5-gallon jug to it or whatever. Seriously, to give away free coffee and donuts. What a great business model that is.
Got to spend money to make money.
Well, I'm just saying that would get your listeners right here in the studio.
Yeah, we can do live
Sean
broadcasts.
McFadden, I am very much ready for football. Good morning to you, Sean. Roxana says, do like a Dear Abby sad music segment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need something like Dear Abby.
Huh.
That would be funny. Yeah.
You think so? You think
Yeah.
that would be neat?
Yeah, it'd be pretty funny if you get somebody.
You got to bring people in for the radio show and they tell their Dear Abby story. Is that the idea?
Well, no, the idea would be to ask Dear Abby. Call in and ask them a question, ask her a question.
Who's going to be Dear Abby?
I don't know. We got to find somebody.
Dear
Maybe
Maybe
Abby.
it could be Dear John.
Could be male or female. Doesn't make any difference. Abby's Abby. What the hell's the difference?
Dear
There's
Abby.
no. It's it today. You're neutral.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as male or female. You're.
So
So,
let's do that segment.
Dear Abby.
Huh?
What do you got?
You know? Dear Mikey,
Oh, dear Mikey.
I've gotten into an online relationship. And I'm a male. And she's, I think, female. But she hasn't sent me any pictures. He hasn't sent me any. I don't know. I'm so confused, Mikey. I've really enjoyed our chats online. We've talked voice, but she won't turn her camera on during FaceTime. I'm really confused. Do I continue with this relationship, Mikey? Is that what I do? Signed, I want to know her. All right, dear, I want to know her. You're a stupid idiot. If you can't see the bitch and all this technology today, hang up the damn phone. Move on. Get on Tinder.
I wasn't using a phone. It was mental telepathy.
My goodness. Joe the time traveler said I should go ahead because he knew us as a married couple in the future. Then I talked to the psychics. When they come in here on Thursday, they said, yes, do it. Talk to him. Talk to her, him. Is he or she a transgender? It doesn't matter in this world anymore. What matters is love. Do you love this person? Don't fall in love with the gender. Don't fall in love with the sound of the voice. Fall in love with the person. Otherwise, tell them to get the out of there.
It's like
If
you know
she
me.
sounds like Barry White.
And on that tone.
And on that tone, I think there's your dear Mikey for today. So, all right, guys.
Tune in again next Friday for another episode of Dear Mikey.
All right. If anybody has any suggestions for programming, and let us know. You can email us at mike@snsnonline.com. mike@snsnonline.com. I won't get one email.
Yeah, you will. Somebody will do it just to prove you wrong.
Just to spite me. Anyway, Jim, Paul,
Yeah.
you, thanks for coming.
The short guy.
The short guy. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, we will. Let's see. Tonight we have a high school football on SNSN. Oh, which one did Laura just said? What about bringing in athletes? Yeah, that I've tried to do on numerous occasions, but it's hard, especially with school schedules.
Well, I think a lot of people we try to get in, they don't want to come in. They're afraid. Because we've tried.
It's happened.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
tried to
it's
get
happened.
people to come in.
Yeah.
They don't want to come in.
Yeah, it's like, who's watching? Somebody's watching me.
Yeah.
So, but these are all good. Those are great ideas. And Laura, that's just as good. So, all right. So Griswold High School football tonight. They take on New London. That'll be on. We'll be on the air at 6:30, right here on most of this same radio station. And you can check us out on social media, whether it's on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, whatever. But we will be there, and we hope you will be too.
How about experiences in thought transfer or mental telepathy?
Remote viewing. Let's do it.
You might get some real response from that.
You might. We'll get Joe, the mental telepathist.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's Bill.
same guy, just different name.
Yeah.
All right. See you later. Goodbye.
Local news, sports, and weather. SNSN. The 9 a.m. report on the streaming news and sports network is being brought to you by Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City. Family owned for almost 40 years.